Imagine this for a second. You're scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, and your feed is flooded with flawless selfies, dream vacations, gourmet meals, and perfect moments shared by everyone. Then there's that one person in your circle, a friend, a colleague, maybe even a family member who never shows up. Not a single photos of themselves. No ephemeral stories. No posts celebrating a birthday or a trip. Nothing. In a world where attention is the new currency, where likes sometimes dictate our perceived worth, these people almost seem invisible. Weird, right? You might think they're shy, antisocial, or just don't have anything interesting to share. But hold on. Psychology tells us the exact opposite. This digital silence isn't random. On the contrary, it's often a reflection of deep inner strength, emotional maturity, and self-confidence that doesn't need spotlights to shine. Today, let us dive together into the real psychological reasons why some people deliberately choose not to post their photos online. You'll be surprised by what it reveals about them and maybe even about yourself. Get ready, because what you're about to discover could change how you view social media forever. 1. They prioritize privacy over fleeting popularity. Let's start with one of the most obvious yet powerful reasons. A strong privacy orientation. Psychologists, specializing in personality and digital behavior, have observed that individuals who rarely or never post personal photos place immense value on controlling their public image. They don't want their lives dissected by hundreds of virtual eyes. It's not paranoia, it's smart protection of their mental space. Think about it. In a hyper-connected society, sharing a photo means opening a door to your intimacy. An innocent selfie can trigger judgments, unsolicited comments, or even toxic comparisons. These people refuse to play that game. They're not antisocial, quite the opposite. They often cultivate deep, authentic relationships in real life. But online, they prefer to keep the mystery. Why? Because they draw validation from within themselves, not from the likes or hearts piling up under a post. Studies in social psychology show that this high privacy orientation is linked to better long-term mental health. Less exposure means less stress from others' opinions. They sleep peacefully, without wondering if their post was well received. It's a subtle but powerful sign of solid inner security. They don't need to shout, "Look at me," to feel like they exist. Their life is rich offline, and that's more than enough for them. 2. Exceptional and grounded self-awareness. Next, an even more fascinating trait. Strong self-awareness, or what researchers call self-concept clarity. Studies published in journals like the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology reveal that people who share little on social media generally have a very clear idea of who they truly are. They know their strengths, weaknesses, core values, and deepest aspirations without needing an algorithm or strangers to validate it all. Why does this matter? Because in the whirlwind of social media, many of us get lost, chasing trends. A filter a challenge there, a pose inspired by an influence. These discreet individuals stay true to themselves. They don't post to follow the crowd or accumulate proof of their perfect life. Their identity is stable, rooted in reality. The result? They're far less vulnerable to social comparison. You know that sneaky feeling when you see others' highlights and suddenly feel inadequate. They avoid it naturally. Their happiness is internal. It comes from personal achievements, inspiring reads, simple moments with loved ones. No need for an audience to confirm that their life is worth living. It's a rare form of freedom in our digital age. 3. Impressive emotional security. Here's a point that hits the core. These individuals often possess secure self, the holy grail of psychology. Unlike fragile confidence that constantly needs feeding from external attention, their confidence is intrinsic. It doesn't waver if a post doesn't go viral. They don't share selfies to prove they're beautiful, successful, or happy because they already know it. Deep down, experts in positive psychology, influenced by works like Nathaniel Branden's on explain that this emotional stability reduces anxiety and the frantic search for approval. These people are calmer, more resilient to criticism, and far more focused on concrete goals, career, passions, genuine relationships. They invest their energy in the real world rather than virtual performance. Imagine the benefit. While others spend hours editing photos for compliments, they're reading a book, working out, or building something lasting. It's mature confidence that doesn't need spotlights to exist. And honestly, isn't that inspiring? 4. Deep thinkers. Far from superficial spotlights. Another captivating characteristic. These digital invisibles are often profound. They think deeply before speaking. And when they do post, rarely, it's to share something truly meaningful, an idea. A book, a personal reflection. Not another random selfie. This is explained by a psychological concept called internal locus of evaluation. In short, they judge themselves by their own standards, not those imposed by the online crowd. They value authenticity. A deep conversation over coffee rather than an emoji. Exchange under a post. Superficial network interactions. They avoid them because they don't feed their curious minds. These people are often voracious readers, quiet creatives, or keen observers of the world. Their online silence isn't emptiness. It's space filled with rich, nuanced thoughts. They prefer quality over quantity, and it shows in their entire life. 5. They clearly see through the social media illusion finally. And perhaps the smartest part, they fully understand the digital illusion. Leon Festinger's social comparison theory from the 1950s is still relevant today. Explains how networks push us to measure our lives against others. Best moments, idyllic vacations, perfect bodies, blazing successes, all filtered facades. Many of us fall into the trap, leading to anxiety, depression, or feelings of inadequacy. But these discreet people, they see right through the game. By staying low-key, they actively protect their mental well-being. They choose inner peace over constant performance. No vicious cycle of comparisons. No FOMO, fear of missing out. Just a serene life, away from the noise. Recent research on mental health and social media confirms limiting exposure reduces stress and increases personal satisfaction. They've grasped it instinctively. Conclusion. True strength often hides in silence. Next time you notice someone who never posts their photos, stop assuming they're weird, shy, or on the contrary, they're likely an exceptionally grounded, emotionally intelligent, and deeply confident person. They don't need to be seen by thousands to feel valued. Their worth is carried within them, day after day. In a world screaming for attention, their discretion is an elegant and powerful form of rebellion. It's the mark of mature minds who know that real life happens offline, in unshared moments, private laughter, and quiet accomplishments. And you, does this resonate? Maybe you're one of these people, or aspire to be. Either way, this reflection invites us all to question our own social media use. Are we truly seeking connection, or just approval? If you're fascinated by human psychology's hidden mechanisms that explain our daily behaviors, then this channel is for you. We don't just skim the surface. We dive deep to decode minds, reveal invisible truths, and help you better understand the world and yourself. Subscribe now, hit the bell so you don't miss anything, and leave a comment. Do you often post your photos, or do you prefer discretion? Share your experience. We love reading you. Thanks for watching, and see you soon for another deep dive into the human mind.